Hey guys, Coolbrig here with another custom MOC, and as you can tell from the video description and obviously from the MOC itself, this is a restaurant that is supposed to be replicating McDonald's. And before we actually get into any of the Lego bits of this video, I just want to clear up some things because McDonald's is a legitimate big corporation with copyrights and all sorts of stuff. So I'll go ahead and say this is not built or designed to specifically replicate any particular McDonald's restaurant, and I'm not affiliated with McDonald's in any way. I don't claim to own any of the anything that has to do with McDonald's or any of the rights that they have or blah blah blah, all that good stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, if anybody has a problem with that, boom, it's not McDonald's. It's just a random restaurant, and it's a fast food restaurant. But for my purposes, I did want to make it McDonald's just because of, I don't know, how iconic McDonald's is in the fast food industry. So, as you can see, it's not that big of a building. I built it on two 16 by 16 plates, leaving some extra room on the side for a drive-through. And I think that this is actually probably the best building I've made so far as exterior and interior details. Exterior wasn't too original, but I think definitely a lot of the building techniques on the inside are things that I have not seen at all used in sets, so definitely happy about how that turned out. So yeah, let's take a look at this thing. So on the outside, you can see on the walls I put lots of texturing. Used a bunch of these 1 by 2 by 3 windows all throughout. Lots of texturing, as I said, with these log style bricks. And I also offset the windows using some jumper plates, which is a pretty common technique to use in the modular buildings. And bring this thing over here. Now that you can see the back, I'll also go ahead and say that this McDonald's is way nicer than any McDonald's I've ever seen. And, my minifigs spent a lot of tax money, and, they bribed, this is the story I'm making up in my city, that they kind of bribed the McDonald's corporation a little bit. They were like, come on, we want a good one. Don't give us one of those greasy little, outhouses. We don't want a sketchy looking burger flipping shack. We want, a real restaurant where we can get good food for cheap. So they got this thing, and it's pretty nice. On the drive-through side, you can see I have some nice lamps on here. We can take a closer look at those later. And there's some more texturing over here. You've got the spot where you place your order, and a pretty simple mechanism with a sliding window to get your order and pay for your order, if you're not going to go in there, obviously. And you can kind of see how I built the sign. Not too complicated, kind of ugly from the back. Obviously, I didn't get the perfect McDonald's look, but, you can tell what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a big yellow M. Anyway, so I will actually first bring this a little bit closer and move the camera down a little bit so we can get a better look at this thing. So first of all, the roof itself, so this bit on the top can come off, and this part up here can also come off, but I won't take that off just yet. So we can just get a good look in here at what this is all about. So you can see there's nothing going on up here, it's just hollow. Just some nice texturing here, a fan over here, some kind of ventilation, which does come onto the other side over here. So I like that. I used quite a few of these throughout this MOC. And yeah, so that's pretty much the this roof section. And just before I get rid of it, I'm going to show these lamps a little bit closer. If the camera will focus, hopefully. Thank you. I just used some of those inverted round towel pieces on the undersides of dish plates, those dishes, so got a nice effect. I really like the way those look. Now, onto the interior, which I spent quite a bit of time on. So, actually, we are going to move things even closer now. Really get ourselves in here. So, I'll actually remove this so we can get a good look at stuff, and I'll also take this minifig out. Just got one little guy working here. So, let's take a close look at everything. So, the first thing I'm going to say, as you can see, I tiled quite a bit of stuff. You come in through the front door, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 booths, some condiments, and a soda machine and stuff. Trash over here. Obviously the counter, very simple over there, just a small little printed cash register piece, nothing complicated going on over there. More worker stuff. The other side of the drive-through. Pick this up and give you a better look at that. There's also a bathroom. I'll give a better look at that later. Get some more light in there. And a minifig can actually fit in here, which is really cool. And let's see what else is going on. We've got some, I'm not totally sure what those are. Maybe some kind of stove. Now, on the left side of this little basin, this white basin over here, that the left side is a sink. Obviously with the blue and red hot and cold water taps. And this one over here is actually for where they, the big vat where they do the frying, where they dump all the cut up potatoes in there to make the French fries. You've got a stove and an oven here. Not totally sure what actual stuff they would have in a McDonald's, but just kind of threw that in there. As you can see, I tiled this a little bit differently with white and, don't know if you guys can tell, but dark blue 1x1 tiles. And there is a refrigerator, which can open, unfortunately not with this stove here. Now, however, I made quite a few of the things in this MOC easily removable, which consists of the refrigerator, this whole assembly here from the soda machine to the trash can, as well as this booth and this booth. And the tables are attached quite freely. So, yeah, I can actually go ahead and show you guys how some of the stuff is built, but I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. However, that being said, I am willing to do a tutorial on quite a few of the mini builds in this MOC. So I'll try to kind of hurry things up a bit, because we're already about 8 minutes into the video here, so don't want to waste your time any further. And stop talking and just show the different things that are going on. So start with the patron area. Again, like I said, tiled floors. You've got booths. Give you a better idea of what these booths look like. I will remove this one just to give a general idea of what it looks like. I'll also remove this whole assembly in here. You can see I got some mustard and ketchup on each of the tables, like most fast food restaurants tend to have. So if I pull up on this a little bit and pull it out, and whoop, here we go. This is the booth. And you can see I kind of had to chop off a bit of the seat section here to accommodate for these windows that jut inside a little bit. But other than that, I think these booths came out really nicely. You can see how I built this up using bracket pieces and just some sideways building. Just pretty much took a lot of trial and error to get everything to fit together, but then I think once I got it to fit, things turned out pretty well. So hopefully I can stuff this thing back in here in this small little space. Here we go. And I can, you guys can see there's a similar looking thing over here. The one over here is built slightly differently just so that it could fit. Slightly different builder, not going to take that one out, but again, I am willing to do a tutorial video. Now, I'll get this out, hopefully. Woo! So, did get this out. It was a bit tricky because the little lip above this window here, but now I can show you this little assembly here. The soda machine was really fun to build. I just wanted to put some medium lavender on there. On the soda machine, just put some stripes to kind of make things colorful. Very simple little build on there. And then I've got some studs, if this will focus. Some studs stacked up here with some of those cylinder cone pieces to show cups. And these would normally hold plastic utensils, but obviously there are no Lego pieces to simulate that. And in this little container, there's just an extra mustard and ketchup container. And this piece does tend to come off easily, but I did really want to use this to get this kind of look for a garbage can. So I am really happy with the way that turned out, the way that looks. So I think that was pretty cool. And hopefully this will be easier to put back in. Thank you. Yes. Okay, didn't blow up on me. Not saying it blew up before, just don't get any ideas, guys. Alright, I guess last thing we can do is take a look at the refrigerator and then the bathroom, and then I think I can hopefully wrap up this video pretty quickly. So as for the refrigerator, pretty simple little thing. Unfortunately, these stick out because I didn't want this whole refrigerator to be 4 wide. I wanted to fit in a smaller space. So I made it 3 wide and just dealt with the fact that these doors will just be open, be ajar the tiniest bit. So, you know, some sacrifices you have to make, but there is stuff in here. So on the top is the freezer. I guess you can just consider that a box of ice cream. I don't know. That one's left up to your imagination. But down here, wedge of cheese. That one's pretty obvious. Some kind of cold liquid, I'm guessing water, and just some packages of stuff that need to be kept cold. Those I just kind of slipped in there, just so I would have room. And, oh, there's also one little clear stud up there that's supposed to represent a light. Just kind of put that on there, tried to put as much detail in each of these mini builds as I could. Bring this whole thing back here, and now we can hopefully take a slightly better look at the bathroom. Now, before I actually go into inside of the bathroom, I'll show you. It's kind of set up like a stall, that kind of setup. And so what I'll do is get a light. Hopefully, let's try to get a good angle here that you guys can see what I did in there. So you can see there's a very small little toilet and a sink with 1 tap. And yeah, that's pretty much it in that bathroom, but I'm really glad that I managed to squeeze it in that tiny little space. And I did use panel pieces in there, if you can kind of tell the light is reflecting a bit funny. But maybe you can tell, and I used panels on the other side as well. So, actually, if I were to open this up and remove this piece, actually now I can just give you a really good look of the bathroom. That was a lot easier than using a mini flashlight. Well, now you can see it. Take my minifig, hopefully I can do this pretty quickly. I'll just stuff him in here, just for kicks, just to show you guys that minifig can, in fact, fit in here. I can just put this back on, put this back on, close that up, and there you go. Minifig is in there. He's probably going to wiggle around some, but really can't come out. Can't even if I just shook this thing upside down, he wouldn't want to come out. And other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. You just got a telephone for, I don't know, business purposes, I guess, and another smaller cash register and a drawer over there with, is there something in there? I don't remember. No, there's nothing in that. Just for being a cashier for the drive-thru area, which, in case you didn't see how the mechanism worked earlier, I didn't want to use those big modified plate pieces, so I just used a Technic axle and Technic bricks to do this instead, and I think it worked pretty nicely. This window can also open, but that would be kind of stupid because then it would open onto or hit the car that was at the drive-thru, so that wouldn't work. And real drive-thrus have sliding windows anyway, so I wanted to make a sliding window. Just pop this piece back on here, and yeah, there you have it. Sorry that this was just a very long and drawn out video, as I'm sure you guys noticed, but again, like I said, very happy with this MOC. I think this is my best building by far. Just in terms of detail, build quality, building techniques, just I think it turned out really nicely. And didn't mention this before, but this is building number 2 of my strip mall. So this is just gonna go right next to my flower shop. And you guys can say what you think about this MOC down in the comments down below. And as always, thanks a bunch for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.